Hello everybody. For section 4 we're going to talk about hazards. So when we talk about hazards as a result of some sort of natural activity like an earthquake, we could talk about these in two sorts. The primary hazards are just from the earthquake itself, damage as a result of violent shaking motion of the earth. For example, a building like this, which might have collapsed during the earthquake. We can also, though, talk about secondary effects, all the after effects, which are the downstream consequences of an earthquake. For example, you could have an earthquake in the middle of an ocean which produces a tsunami. And that tsunami then causes 100 times more damage than that earthquake did. There's also some very interesting phenomena we see, like this here, where you can imagine you knew nothing about geology, there's nobody there to explain it, you just come across this car sunk into the ground like this. This is not wet concrete or anything similar here, this is solid ground. What explains this is a process called liquefaction. So while we tend to think of soil as being a pretty solid thing, in reality it's a mix of air, solid particles, and water, all three in there. And it turns out that when you shake it, like during an earthquake, if it's the right mix of those things and the right type of soil, it can liquefy. The whole thing starts behaving like quicksand. It behaves like a very thick, viscous liquid. So during an earthquake, it becomes liquid, the car sinks down, and then afterwards it solidifies, and you walk outside your house and see this. There are some videos here explaining a little bit more about this, in case you would want to see it in more detail. Next section is going to be on Earth's interior.